What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Nash, and in this video I'm going to be talking about ESG, which stands for environmental, social, and governance. Now, over the past few years, you've probably heard the term ESG on the news, or if you are an investor, you've probably heard it on, company reports, right? Maybe it's annual reports or quarterly reports. Companies are constantly trying to get a good ESG score. Why are companies trying to get a higher score? So essentially that score measures a company's impact on the environment and society in general, right? So if a company has a bad score, which is, I guess, less than a 50, they're going to be seen as a company that has a negative impact on just the environment and our society. What happens if you have a negative impact? Sometimes you're not going to be able to get funding. Maybe we're talking about a hedge fund that says we only invest in companies that have a good ESG score. If a company has a bad ESG score, they're going to be missing out on that potential investment from a hedge fund. Now, also investors, right? Individual retail investors, you might have principles that you're only going to invest in companies that have a high ESG score. It's easy to see why companies need to focus on improving their ESG or their ESG score. Now, whether you like it or not, or whether you subscribe to it or not, don't really care. But what it does for me is that it creates a new market. This has created a lot of interesting job titles that I've seen, something that I never knew existed. Now, the overarching title is ESG Analyst. There's obviously a bunch of positions, which I'm going to show you later, that fall under an ESG Analyst because they specialize in different things. So in general, what ESG Analysts are doing is they are evaluating companies based on their environmental, social, and governance practices, and they assign a score. Now, there's obviously a lot more that goes into that. Like I said before, this is for people that like to work with data and analyze that data. So what type of analysis do ESG analysts do? There's three types, right? So you obviously have environmental analysis. That's when we start talking about climate change, carbon emissions, resource management. And the next one is social analysis. Now you're looking at labor practices, you're looking at employee relations, you're looking at community engagement. You also have governance analysis, which is essentially maybe you're looking at executive compensation. Maybe you are evaluating the board of a company, or maybe you're evaluating shareholder rights. So based on those key responsibilities, I can see that, hey, there's a lot of opportunity here. So I went ahead and looked up some job titles that fall under the umbrella of an ESG analyst. I'm going to share my screen so you guys can see some of these. You might even be interested in some of these. All right, so as you can see here, this is going to be our list here, right? So you have an ESG analyst, which is what we're just using as an example. Now you also have sustainability analyst, ESG research analyst, sustainable investment analyst. So you kind of like go into your finance if you're, someone who is into heavy into finance, right? Investments or maybe financial analysis. If you're into data, you have ESG data analyst, responsible investment analyst. I never thought this would be a job title. You also have ESG integration analyst. I'm guessing this is for companies that are trying to implement ESG practices within their firm. Now you also have an impact analyst. You also have a sustainable finance analyst, ESG risk analyst. You also have what else here? ESG compliance analyst, social impact analyst. Very interesting job titles here, right? Very, very interesting. Things I've never heard of before, things I never knew existed. Something like a sustainable financial analyst, right? I feel like they're making up these job titles, but it doesn't change that this is a new market. It creates a lot of opportunities with people that are able to work with data, right? So even looking at this list here, you can see that this goes from, if you're into high finance, such as investment banking, right? You can go into being a sustainable investment analyst or a sustainable finance analyst. If you're into risk management, there is an ESG compliance analyst. If you are into research, there's an ESG research analyst. So you can see this covers a lot of things that people normally do, but they're just tailored to support ESG. Now, if you ever want to look up these ESG reports, you could go to any company, any publicly traded company. And if you look under investor relations, you're going to find something that has to do with ESG. All right, so that is pretty much it for this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you've worked as an ESG analyst, or if you plan on getting one of these jobs, let me know in the comment section below. But thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.